antique store. The owners want us to come in and have a look around.
This investigation is kind of different because it's more trying to figure out if there is indeed something in the building, because he just moved into this location. This is our first antique store of this sort.
Good. Eric?
Yep.
I'm Eric. This is Mary, case manager.
Hi,
Hi,
how
Mary.
are you?
Good. How are you doing? We do not really mess with the items. We tend to keep them original.
A menacing sword coming off of this one. During the initial walkthrough, does the team detect anomalies from the antique items?
Welcome again, guys.
Yeah,
Excited
thanks
to
for
see
having
what
us
you guys
back.
find this weekend.
Again, if you're in bed sleeping, I'm sorry to bother you. And if you want me out of here, make it go all the way to the top and I will walk out.
A particular room and specific item becomes a center of attention.
Caught my attention was the second room. When we went in, got some beeping noises.
It was really interesting in the beginning. We got a lot of hits.
Some noises that we heard.
Do you want us to stay out of the bedroom?
Does the owner embrace this possible activity?
I appreciate it. Thank you. It's been a real good learning experience.
Yeah, no problem. Before the lights go out, a specific and familiar guest joins the team.
There was be a guest, special guest today, so I don't know. I thought it was Ross, but
Eric said it was somebody who was consistent and really good, so it didn't take me very much to figure out who it was.
As I mentioned, there was going to be a guest investigator with us, and we'll actually bring him on out now.
Hey.
Awesome!
Before taking any more cases, Tori says goodbye.
At this time, I have decided to step down as a field researcher. I'm glad, you guys gave me the opportunity to look at something that I truly have a passion for.
This investigation is kind of different because it's more trying to figure out if there is indeed something in the building, because he just moved into this location. He moved there. He doesn't know yet if the place has any activity. Kind of wants to just figure out if there is, and then the whole item attachment thing as well, because he's done this a while with working with these things, doing estate sales, and you never know. As you know, we could bring something home.
At an antique store. The owners want us to come in and have a look around and see if we can get anything out of the building, because it is an old building. And so Eric and I are here doing just kind of a day walk, kind of a pre-tour.
So this investigation takes us to a antique store. I've done only one other antique store ever in a paranormal investigating aspect, and it's been a while. and it's been several years. So this is our first antique store of this sort underneath Endeavors. So it'd be fun to get there and see what's going on. Things may happen, but he shrugs them off. He's one of those.
So what made him want us to come out for this building?
Just more or less figure out if there is something there. Open to spiritual awareness, and to see, because he knows there's possibility of things that he just might not pay attention to. So this business owner actually just moved in to this particular building, moved locations basically, and he's only been in there for almost about 3 weeks or so, and he's still unpacking and reorganizing and things like that. But he knows that there's possibility that there could be something there. He's just never really paid attention to it. So we're just kind of there to validate, more or less. And it's a good exercise because nobody's getting hurt. It's not a priority case, so it's just good for us to kind of get out and
Get some, work on our skills and.
Leroy, how are you?
Good. Eric?
Yep, I'm Eric. This is Mary, case manager.
Hi,
Hi,
how are
Mary.
you?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah, I just bought the building about 3 weeks ago. Don't know a whole lot about it. We just literally moved in. Literally within a week, we had to move from our other location in West Des Moines.
In this instance, we're going there unsure if there's anything at all, really, but just kind of ruling out the possibility of having anything paranormal be there, but then also checking into it to see what might be there, if it's attachment to items, the property, the building.
Like I said, we do about 3 to 4 houses a month of full estate buying, so we get everything from the garden hose to the furniture, the collectibles. About the only thing that we don't take is the clothing. We usually have the families donate it.
All the stuff would end up in garbage. Think of that, Mary.
So
Yeah, it's my way of being
gonna-
green, yeah. We do not really mess with the items. We tend to keep them original. If there's a screw loose, yeah, we'll tighten it, but we don't paint stuff, we don't really fix things. We kind of leave them unfortunately, like this glass pump, it had the original glass globe, and unfortunately, as we carried it in, we broke it. It probably cost us $900. You can see the broken glass there at the top, but it was all original. But you slip, you fall. That's kind of some things that happen to us once in a while.
Beautiful place. The energy here is good.
So ahead of the investigation, I wanted to go there and do sort of an interview, which normally we do our case manager stuff over the phone, but I wanted to kind of get this information in person, kind of do a walkthrough as well. Took Mary with me because she's a case manager. There's not going to be a whole lot of history and little to none personal experiences that this client's going to provide us. So it's more or less just going to be kind of going over what history he does know of the place and different items that are there, kind of walk through and shift through some of that stuff to see what could be possibly suspect items.
So like in this area is going to be a lot more older mahogany, antique furniture. Most of the stuff's going to be turn of the century. Some of it might be late 1800s, some of it early 1900s. A lot of mahogany, which is very popular. People like dark woods back then, whereas today people really don't.
I still do, of course.
Yeah, I do too. I like the dark woods, but a lot of people, they want the oak or the honey oak. So like, do things like people sometimes they'll attach, like for example, this wagon here. Could a person that maybe is no longer here attach themselves to that?
It's kind of like residual money where they're not really here, but they're with the item.
Right.
Because there's always an attachment to some item.
Either like the rocking chair, like I was telling you, either because of loving it or the emotion of something tragic happened and that energy is imprinted onto an object. She likes creepy dolls.
Oh, dolls. It's just dolls.
I'll be
Don't like clowns. No clowns.
Oh, I got some clowns.
Oh, clown. No clowns. It would scare me.
Well, I'm a Shriner, so I love clowns. Like this is an original cabinet, probably from the 30s. It's probably homemade, don't know for sure. But that's gonna have some age to it. And then, like I said, most of the stuff eventually, once I get it cleaned up. This is an old Amish five poster table. You guys remember when your ketchup used to come in these? Now this is white vinegar, but I remember dumping that, trying to get the last bit of ketchup out of it when we were kids,
Oh, yeah.
But like a lot of this stuff, the old teapots, the old crocks, like this is old Coca-Cola syrup. So, like I said, one of the soda fountains. The stickers are gone, which is common just because, when you wash and clean them, they don't really last too long. This is one of the biggest ones I have. I had a gentleman come in and he basically had a whole garage full of stuff, mostly antique. This was one of the items that I still have left from it, but
Usually a lot of photos, they capture the image in more than one way of the person, and there's no energy really of a menacing sort coming off of this one.
so like this is basically the warehouse part of the store. Obviously it's a little messier, it's not as clean. But like I said, when we empty out a house, man, we take everything. So as you can see in here,
I was just gonna say, first chills of the visit right here. I don't know if you did. Yeah, just a little bit. Mainly when I was looking in that back room.
I was looking in the back room earlier and like waiting for somebody just to walk by it.
and see back there, now I bought this from a lady, her and her husband, probably about 10 years ago. I think they sold and got out of it, but there used to be printing presses and stuff in there. They had a printing company. Now I don't know much more about it than that. And I don't know when they bought the building.
We did get a few things that we need to look at when we do our investigation, like in the old print room.
The gal that I bought the building from, of course she asked me, what we're going to do in here, and so I told her, and so she referred me to a gal that had a storage unit out in West Des Moines that had several pieces of furniture, some antiques, stuff that they just wanted to get rid of. And so anyway, I bought the furniture from her, and then she's like, oh, hey, here's a little old stool. Would you want that? And I said, well, sure. And so I didn't really think about it at the time, but then when I flipped it over, it talks boyhood stool of Uncle Woody Woods. It's well over 100 years old and must be kept in the family for promise to Aunt Dorothy Woods. Yeah, this is easily probably between 1880 and 1900. And it's a little step stool for a little child. Or mom or dad could have used it in the kitchen, maybe in a counter or a cupboard up top. But
I'm surprised they didn't keep it in the family.
yeah, and we get a lot of this. Like sometimes we'll find notes and stuff. Because people ask me, from being in the business, do you find, they'll see Antiques Roadshows and they'll see that $50,000 piece of furniture. It's like, do you find those? I'm like, no. People don't sell this stuff because it doesn't go for a lot anyway. But
I'm getting vibes that wants to go back to the family. I really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He wants. Yeah, if you could find the family, I think I would give this back to them.
Really?
Yes, I think I would.
Really? So this gal maybe's
Yeah,
protecting it or has some attachments to it?
I just getting the feeling from it that she's disappointed that it's not
With them.
them.
And it was kind of unique with the spiritual aspect of it, because he went in fairly open for the most part, and walking into that back room, definitely just something back there that grabbed my attention. Now come over here for a second. I'm not going to tell you what or where, but just look and see. Tell me what grabs your attention when you walk in within the first 5 seconds of looking around the room.
The chair.
Bingo. It's part of a set. The others are behind it.
Okay, I see right there, but yeah. Yeah,
Well,
once you
possible
said,
suspects.
my eyes went right to the chair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this would be a good place to kind of exercise our abilities to detect energies off of objects.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be good practice, of course, investigation type setting. It'll be new to a lot of the researchers on team because I don't know too many of them that have done antique stores before in a professional paranormal investigation setting.
I don't feel any evil, any.
No, I didn't feel any get out now, leave me alone kind of
No.
feel.
So I just felt there was maybe curious eyes watching us.
Right. Like, what are you guys
Yeah.
doing now? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The daywalk interview went really well, I think, and can't wait till we gather the cavalry and head in there and do a full investigation. Well, thanks again.
Yeah, it was nice meeting both of you.
Yeah.
And then,
Yes,
yeah,
I-
you'll just be back next week and do
Yeah,
I'm
investigation.
looking forward to it,
your thing. All right.
especially with the dolls.
All right. Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Thanks again.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, drive safe.
Thank you. Looking forward to seeing what we can find when we come and do our formal investigation.
Location's really cool. I could spend hours looking at antiques. I kind of want to start unpacking their stuff, so I would have a little bit of OCD issues.
Leroy.
Hey, welcome.
Devin.
Well, we just get here and I love the place, man. I love the antique stuff, so I love the place.
Well, welcome again, guys.
Yeah,
Excited
thanks
to
for
see
having
what
us
you guys
back.
find this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so as you remember, Mary, she was here
Mary.
during a little
Hi,
day
Mary.
walk. And that's Carrie right there.
Hi, Carrie.
Field researchers and evidence analyst Rafi.
Hey, Rafi.
Hi.
So, yeah, I mean, we did the little tour and the walk around the other day, so we don't necessarily need to do that again. Anything happen now that you're kind of alert, maybe a little more?
You know, honestly, no.
Yeah.
But like I said, I wouldn't know it if I saw it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Just kind of the same stuff I said last time. But like I said, we are welcome to look around and see what you might find.
Okay, very good. And you're going to be here for a little bit and then you're going to take off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'm giving you the keys, Eric.
Yeah. It's like the key to the city.
So it's going to be interesting to see what's going on there, and hoping for a good night.
Do what you guys need to do.
All right. Probably have to keep you guys focused on this one. It's like, oh, squirrel, so,
Right?
No.
all right.
Oh, doll.
Oh, doll. Oh, doll.
doll.
Oh, doll.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of dolls in there. And if any of them talk, just let me know.
Yep. I'll let you know. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and do our setup here, and then we'll give you a call once we're done. Setup was going to be a little bit complicated this time because we actually have a lot bigger space to cover, but we tackled it pretty well, I think, given the size of the location. We had enough drop cord cables for the DVR cameras. I was a little worried about that, but they reached their area, so we got that set up.
A real quick setup actually was fast, and I think I'm learning to put some stuff together.
Okay. So, Rafi, this one, the first one, I think will be set up in here. Let's see, a good placement
Look at this.
for this. Hair standing up. Walked in here and the hair standing up. I don't know how well you can get that. Literally, when you walk
Yeah,
through
I
the door.
just walked through the door, still up.
Goosebumps.
Yeah,
Goosebumps.
I feel it in my back too, my neck, back of my neck.
Alright, good sign. Good, you found the right end, Carrie.
It's a boy and a girl, and
The boy, when a man loves a woman.
yeah, whatever. Awesome place. I want to get both. I want to get the bed in. Because this is probably not our main location where we're going to be working. But it'd be awesome if something happened in here. These basically will go off if a spirit goes in front of it. This also will make kind of a rainbow. Ah, shush. I need to put these on auto so they only go off if something goes in front of them. Again, if you're in bed sleeping, I'm sorry to bother you. And if you want me out of here, make it go all the way to the top and I will walk out. Set up, we had some hits in the bedroom. All right, a second when I touched it before, and it started up again. Can you make it go again?
Some activity during setup as well, which was kind of fascinating. We had one of the motion sensors go off by itself.
No.
Okay, whoever's in here, this is really cool and I really appreciate it. Thank you. My name's Carrie. I don't know if you're attached to this building, to this bed, something in here, or you just find this a safe place.
And then we sent crew outside, walk in front of the window to see if there's a pedestrian out there. It did not go off. I didn't think that it would have set it off anyway, but we had to be sure.
We had things going off, and I just wanted to see if somebody walks by that window, if it would affect it. We've had lots of cars, and that doesn't seem to affect it. And if somebody walked by that window, would it set off the lights like it did earlier?
Nope.
All right, so I told my people that there's going to be a mystery guest, or kind of a guest investigator. Gave them a hint that it's someone from our past.
Mr. Guest. Eric said it was somebody who was consistent and really good, so it didn't take me very much to figure out who it was.
Eric sent me a text this afternoon telling me like it was be a guest, special guest today. So I don't know. I thought it was Ross, but.
And then I gave a clue that later on to someone that who's evidence analyst, and then it clicked to them. They're like, "Oh, I know who it is."
I was trying to guess, and I was texting him this afternoon trying to figure it out. And I really thought it was going to be Kim.
Now the next line of business, I mentioned there was going to be a guest investigator with us, and you guessed who?
I guess Kim.
You thought it was Kim. You thought Ross. And you didn't really.
I got it right, I'm going to be honest. I knew who it was.
So, on our team in the past, he's been out of our group probably about 2 years almost. We'll actually bring him on out now. Hey,
Awesome, yeah, good to see you again. Eric, thanks for inviting me back, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
no problem. Thanks for coming.
Oh, I'm glad to do it. Yeah, it's been too long.
Oh yes, yeah.
Happy to see you again.
Thanks, yeah. Should be fun. What a location, though. Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this place is a lot of eye candy, as I kept saying. I'm going to be distracted looking over some things, you know.
Yeah, you're going to walk out of here spending more than you
Not taking Ghost home with me, but I'm taking 5 pieces of whatever home.
Yeah.
It's Clay! Yay! I've only investigated with him a couple times, so it's gonna be fun to investigate with him again.
I'm glad to have Clay back, or Clark, or whatever we want to call him.
It was Clay, and it's nice to have the chance to work with him, because before I didn't have the chance. So.
Well, I was really excited when Eric gave me a call, or actually he sent me a text message and invited me to come and investigate on a Des Moines investigation, and I'd been away for 2 years for personal reasons, so it was exciting to get the invitation. I thought he'd forgotten all about me, so it was really cool to know that I was remembered.
And then Clay just walks in. It was nice to see him. It's been over 2 years or so. It's great to have him back, even if it's just for this one investigation. Nice to work with him again. He's very good at what he does. He has that skeptical mindset, which is awesome. He helped balance us out like that. And the evidence knowledge as well, which was wonderful. Have him as evidence analyst. So,
well, the only time I worked with him because we were evidence analysts together, so I was in training and I learned from him and Eric. And
I'm excited about this. Now, what kind of reports have you been hearing on this place?
Well, this is kind of a unique investigation because we haven't had a client that knows of a known haunting here. He's come in here, he deals with antiques and estate sales all the time, so he knows there's a possibility. And as we know in the field, there could be something attached to something.
Well, the print shop was here in 1948, and it was the Infinity Company that owned the print shop, and I believe they went to a different location after that, but I'm not sure exactly. I was trying to research how long it was here, but there wasn't really too much about it. I found that it came with the house next door.
I don't think we know anything about the history of the area, maybe about like Indian activity or prehistoric activity or anything that might generate any other kind of spirit activity from prehistory days.
No, I did not pick up anything. I mean, the research I got was kind of sketchy, And mainly it was just about when the print shop was here.
Okay. To come in and see this location made me even more excited. There are so many things here from so many different eras that had so many different owners that it almost has to have some sort of attachment or residual energy involved. And I want to find out what that is. So that gets my juices going as far as a paranormal investigation, to have all of these possibilities available. And so I'm really excited to get it working. Also to get to work with some of my old friends like Carrie and Mary and Raffi. It's a blast. I'm so excited to be back with such a fun crew.
There's a man back there.
There's definitely male presence back there.
And like you said, with so many different, the dates on all of these things are so different, and there's a lot of precious things here that could have attachments, so it's hard to tell what we're going to find.
Yeah. So, we'll get to it here. We have things set up for our first session, and welcome back again for this
Thank you.
investigation.
I'm excited to be back. Let's
Maybe
do
we'll
this
see
thing.
more of you more regularly. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, sure. Let's do this one.
Yeah, one at a time. All right, well, thanks for setting up, people, and we'll go ahead and get started.
This was just going off. Asked them to go outside to go by the window, and they even pounded on the window. They waved back and forth, and nothing went off in there. But while you were gone, this was going off up to about yellow, back and forth. This was in front of it, but that would not make any sense. I was standing here, but that was going off. So we're getting lots of activity, which is really kind of cool.
My concern on this, and I'm always a skeptic. I'm gonna rule out everything possible. My concern is I shut it off, the screen went blank, and it was about 3 seconds after that that this went to red. It's my belief that it could have been this was still shutting down. This could have still been shutting down. So I'm gonna throw that out for now. But we're sure going to pay attention to it because this is completely off now. And if it happens again, we'll know that there's something unusual about it.
This is unlike some places we go, it's been investigated. But if something's here, this might be the first time it got investigated.
All right, that's what I was telling the client, actually, because this is a fresh spot. We didn't even know if there's paranormal activity here at all. And if there is, could you think of it from a spirit standpoint, like you're saying? It's like, finally somebody's paying attention to me. Finally.
Very close again.
Yep.
Very close
That's
again. Yep, got it.
I'm not getting creepy, scary feeling.
No, nothing here is negative.
Is there?
Oh, I remember again.
Got some spike in the K2 meter, went all the way up to orange, like a couple times, and then we got it again. So
And that was while we were doing the.
what we're doing now, she was explaining what she saw in Endeavors 4. And when she was talking about that, the K2 meter just did a couple spikes. So
Weird, huh?
yeah, it's kind of weird. We're hoping to get more activity tonight. So.
There it is.
Did you see it?
Yep.
Thank
I see
you.
that one go. Yeah,
Got
look
it.
at that.
Introduce everybody here. That's Clay.
I'm
That's
Clay.
Eric. That's Mary, Carrie, and Raphael. Thank you.
Hi. I just said hi.
Thank you.
If you're all right with us being here, we're just trying to get to know people here and who all's around here. If that's okay with you and we're okay with what we're doing, would you go ahead and do that light up thing again?
Please. I hate to ask this question because I think we'll stay anyway, but if you're not okay, can you make the light thing go up? We don't mean any harm. This is just a way for us to understand who you are and where you are. Because we don't get it. We're on this side and you're on that side. Do you want us to stay out of the bedroom? Is that your bed or your blanket?
one at a time.
Is that your bed?
Yes.
I had got an attachment to an item in there when he first showed me that bed set. It's a set, actually.
Thank you for responding to us. And the bedroom set is really nice.
Do you want us to move our equipment out of there, or does it bother you that it's in there? Okay. There's a voice recorder in there. If there's anything you want to say to us about the bed, or about yourself, or about the new owners, anything at all that you want to say, that voice recorder can hear you. We can't, but it can. And we'll review it later and pass that along to the owners of the place. Do you understand that?
But yeah, let's hold off a little bit on spiritual and what we're kind of getting with our gifts until a little bit later. Because I'm picking up on something I almost want to ask, but I stopped myself from doing it in regards to the set that's in that room that this energy might be attached to. But we'll get into that a little bit later, and we'll definitely see what's going on, because that one's a new development. Because when we were here, it was mainly, back there. This room kind of grabbed me a little bit,
Yeah,
but
it did me too.
we didn't have any activity in there, till now. So, all right. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
First session, I pretty much sat and watched the monitor.
All right, mobile audio DVR. This is the first session with Clay, Mary, Eric, Rafi on the camera. Walking back here.
Where are we?
February 27th at the antique store in Des Moines, Iowa. We're in the main area right now, working our way back with all the antiques.
Yes, I remember, because we were at Farrar and we were in the boiler room or something.
Oh, yes. That was you, huh?
That was me.
Yeah. It was an interesting first session. We had a couple things go on there. Right off the bat, when we went to that back room, I kind of was drawn to some of the furniture that was in there, and I think that on an earlier session and a previous visit here, some of the other team members had some interesting reactions to that furniture also. If there's anybody in here with us other than the bodied people that are here, if there's any disembodied folks, would you please signify that you're here by walking or passing in front of this meter so I can know that you're here?
Before it was like I was getting ringing in my ears, and now I'm getting more of a roar in my ears, like the pressure has changed.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anyone in here that owns a piece of furniture or something that's in this room?
The first session back there, it was nice working with Clay again. Brought back a lot of memories. We talked about some of the old times, and it's just nice having him there.
If you talk to that, we can pass that along to the owners. We can let them know what your feelings are, what you really think.
Yeah, you can go.
Rafi's gonna mug me out there.
Oh, there's one.
20 seconds ago, I got some chills.
I have chills too.
I'm experiencing nothing.
Yeah, I kind of got chills and a little bit of like a light touch on my arm.
Is that okay to get alcohol here also? Okay.
It's more towards this, this side. There was some noises that we heard. Are you
Noise back there.
Oh, that was me.
Are you as curious about us as we are about you?
On this couch or divan that's here, and there's a chair beside me.
Correct.
And when I started leaning on this, on either side of my cheeks, here and here, I started getting an itching and tingling. And I don't know if that's purely physical or if there's some sort of a spiritual manifestation with that. I don't know.
With the furniture right there, Clay was on when he had that experience. Let me ask again. Is that furniture yours? Did you not like him on it, maybe?
I'm gonna sit down on it.
I keep hearing noise to my right side.
That's where I thought I'd seen energy watching us back. It was back there.
Well, should we try a different room?
Yeah.
My hair went up really crazy and I feel the chills. Well, just letting you know, guys, I just got the chills.
You got chills again?
Yeah.
Isn't this the same room you did before?
No, the other room was the old room.
Is your hair standing up again?
Yep.
Let's see if there's any K2 around you, brother. Nothing, nothing.
Do you see my hair?
Yep, I sure do. Why don't you shoot it?
See it
See right there?
shot.
It's standing right up. You got no K2 meter, got no EMF around you though.
Last time we were here, we had a little bit of activity on a device. Same device that Mary's holding and same one that Clay has. And just blinked a little light. We were talking casually and you might have set it off last time we were here when it was Mary and me. If you're here again and you remember us, please remember how to trigger those lights and do it now, please, if you could.
Since I've been like
What
drunk,
does that mean?
No, it's definitely in that room. I'm in this room now and I can hear it over there.
Okay.
Alright, let's hit that.
So it's in here. What the
I do
hell
not
is that?
feel the pressure from either one of those, so
Do you hear that whistling noise?
If that was you, could you do that again, please? There it was. If you can control that sound, can you do it 2 times rapidly, beep beep, for us? Just to know that it's you? That was once. Can you do that twice? Thank you. Now let's see what's over there.
don't be afraid. We're just here.
What is that? Hell is it?
Just here to help you out.
There it is.
Where is that, Rafi? Did you hear that?
I hear, but that way.
That's what I thought too, right over in here.
Sounds like you know, smoke detector thing when the battery's going down. Oh.
Yeah, but weaker.
Mm-hmm.
If it's inconsistent, it would do deep and then dee.
Yeah.
Usually when those chirp, it's consistent.
I want to see if it's in the next room. Let me through here. See, it almost sounds like it's in another room. There's another room here, Rafi.
A little later in another room, we were having some beeping noises going on, and it was random. It wasn't like a fire alarm that had a battery change needed or something like that. It was really random, and we couldn't pinpoint exactly where it came from. It seemed to be almost coming out of a wall.
Yeah, your light was being blocked there. No, it's definitely in that room. I'm in this room now and I can hear it over there.
Okay.
Alright, let's do that. Alright, so it's in that room, but I don't see any devices in that room that might cause that.
Whistling type noise. We were outside earlier and there wasn't extreme amount of wind, so I'm not sure what it was because it was not consistent. It was on command. It seemed like it was doing it at first when we asked it to, and it would do it again.
Don't be afraid. We're just here.
What is that?
Just here to help you out.
I bumped something here and it just went on. Oh, there's a metal cabinet here and it was a chain reaction. I made that go.
Sounds like whatever is up.
There's another building upstairs, or just the roof?
This is just a 1 ground floor building, I believe. I think it's just roof up there.
Make that sound again, please. Please.
In the world.
At that time it sounded like it was behind me. This is fun here.
Yeah.
Plumbing, or is that gas pipe or is that water pipe up there?
I think that's water.
This is where we need Jason. This is where we need Jason Hawes and his plumbing expertise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. One more time.
Then it just stopped. And it wasn't doing it anymore. We did not hear it for the next half hour or so when we were in there.
So inconsistent. That's the longest duration without it making a noise.
Nobody's making noise?
I heard that too. No, what you hear?
I want you to answer this simple question for me. What year is it? I want you to answer this simple question for me. What year is it?
What was that?
I don't know. I heard that too.
You guys
Does this sound like it came from that corner to you, Eric?
like a whizzing or something?
It sounded like it came from that direction for me. It sounded
What
weird.
direction?
I did a piece.
It sounded like more like a clunk or something.
What did it say? It's the first time it said it.
Send.
Send. Send what?
Nice verb. Give us a noun.
Did you mail things out of this room? Is this like a mail room?
Radio just went on.
Carrie, is that you? Nice verb. Give us a noun.
Did you mail things out of this room? Is this like a mail room?
Welcome back to Mike and Todd's Ultimate Club Concert Highlights Show.
Then radio started going off. We weren't sure what it was at first.
We heard a radio go off, and the guys went to investigate, and I stayed in the room that's like the printing room.
And then also we had a radio randomly going off like an alarm, but there was no reason for it to be set at that time, and I'm not really sure why it was going off.
So I'll have to go back to the client and see if he can explain that.
Radio just turned on
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah, like I said, I heard that.
Carrie, is that you?
That's me.
Radio? What's in this room? It's an alarm
Look.
went off.
Yeah.
An alarm went off in here. I don't want snooze, I want off. Okay. Yeah, the alarm went off.
Maybe it was nothing.
Yeah.
See, it's blinking now.
But that thing was turned on before we were.
That's cute. E-L-L-O.
When you buy a truck,
Off.
All else fails, we could unplug it.
Yeah, unplug the thing.
Let's wait and see if it does it again. I've hit both off buttons now, separately. I dare you to turn that thing on again. I double dog dare you.
Well,
No responses to any of my questions, as far as I know.
seems to, if anything, they respond to Clay or me. And that just keeps, I'm wondering, you know, if it's a male, because the mentality back then, women, you know, they didn't even have a right to vote yet.
That was me going.
I don't know, I just feel like there's something behind me kind of pushing on my hip.
Yeah, maybe.
If you want me to move out of this room, I need to know.
Just pass by that instrument she's holding and she'll know that you're there.
Hey guys,
What is that?
listen.
If women are allowed back here,
That's the alarm again.
That's that alarm again. I'll be a son of a gun.
In the radio, or the alarm clock thing, when it went off by itself twice and then change from radio to a beeping noise alarm thing. Go ahead. Go ahead,
Harry,
Eric.
would you stop setting this alarm off, please?
It's an alarm.
I can put my arms on it, my eyes on again.
Off.
I'll be a son of a gun. Oh, here we go. Wake 1, wake 2, lock. There. I think I got it shut off completely now. Off. If it does it again, we'll unplug the damn
I'm
thing.
gonna have to ask him about that, because why would it be on unless he used it to time his work or something?
Yeah.
But it
I
should
don't,
be.
you know, why would it be on though? Logically.
No, it should be. If he used it for work, time work, it should be a time as specific. It said at 10:35 a.m.
See, now it's... Look at it go.
After fidgeting with that thing, we decided to just unplug the darn thing because it just kept going off and attracting us, and Mary would be left alone in the other room. So I don't know if it wanted that to happen.
And the only way we could get it to stop consistently, it would keep going off. The way we got it to stop was to unplug the darn thing, and that was the only way we could get it to stop. Okay, that's what it is.
9:47 p.m. right now for real time. There we go. Now if it goes off.
We know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right.
I just have a feeling we're going to get something in evidence analysis, and I'm really looking forward to going through those recorders and seeing what kind of things we get for EVPs or any kind of visual things on the recorders.
So far it's been a pretty good visit. Can't wait to get into the next session. We're going to trade out here, and Carrie's going to investigate as well. Is that you back there? And the motion light. Or audio. Have you been hearing and things
No,
happening?
did not hear anything, but the lights are going off there, and once in the bedroom they went off.
Okay. EMF meter never went off again that you heard?
Not that I heard, no, but the red light, what do you call it, the red light on the bed went off, and then that light went off a couple times. But
Okay.
it's been really dead.
Flash.
But I feel like there's something that this spirit needs to tell us or a family member. And I'm hoping, if nothing else, they'll say it into the audio recorder or they'll say it in here. So we can try to pass it on to somebody else.
Okay, this device in my hand is called an SP7 Spirit Box. It works like a radio. You get it where it's running through radio frequencies right now, and it picks up some words. Like sometimes a spirit can talk through the box.
It was really interesting in the beginning. We got a lot of hits. I'm scared you're holding off. Flash. Flash. And I will be really interested to see what we got on the voice recorders. Are there any spirits wanting to cross over? What was that?
No.
You want help crossing over?
I feel like you're trying to come through, but you need a little bit more. So if you could be a little bit more clearer.
You have unfinished business. You have unfinished business.
What was that?
Would you want help crossing over? Is that a no?
Do you need help crossing over?
Do you have other furniture that's here?
the owner of the G set in here with us right now?
It said no.
It said no there. I don't know, I'm starting to feel very uncomfortable in here. Did you just say no need?
That's what I heard too.
Can you give us a sign if you want us out? Either on that, make the K2 go, make this go. There's multiple ways, and we will walk out of this room now.
Did you just say no need?
That's what I heard too.
Thank you.
We heard some noises back here. I'm not sure if it was you. We were sitting at command and kept hearing noises, and it reminded me of horse hooves. Somebody riding a horse, kind of that click, click noise. Are you back here? Could you do that again?
Anything else you could say? I don't think there's much going on. But sometimes it's believed that a spirit can answer your questions by pulling up these words, like mommy doesn't have it a lot. Fiddles came up a couple times, could mean something. Travel comes up a lot, but we're right outside a busy road. So highway travel, there is a cross across the road that somebody died on. They could mean something, but it's too normal of a word. You have to go with something else.
Well, it was awesome getting back with the group again. I had a great night. We had a few experiences, nothing earth-shattering, but I think that we're going to find some evidence.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll do that.
Yeah, you don't like hugs?
I'm okay.
I'm a little tired.
I'm exhausted.
Okay. Mary. Good working with you again. And I can't wait to get into my recordings and take a look at the video that was shot and see if maybe something came through that we can take back to the client. It's been fun getting back together with Eric and the kids, and well, anyway, I gotta go now. Bye. Dude.
Well, it's nice of you to come.
Thanks, it was a pleasure. It really was. Good working with you again.
Yeah, nice working with you too.
Well, let's not make it 2 years this time. Maybe we can get back,
Yeah.
get back to
Yeah.
it sooner than that.
Back.
We want
See
you,
the house?
we want you back permanently.
Oh,
Well, I
don't
know
if I
permanently
can do
probably
that.
won't work.
Yeah.
You can do it full time anymore.
Yeah, I got the photography business going now,
Yeah.
so that keeps me pretty busy, and some other things going on in my life. So
Yeah.
I can't fit it in all the time, but every now and then I do get some time free, and I can come on and help you out. Help you out. So, all right.
That would be
Alright.
wonderful.
Good.
See you again.
Thanks.
Yeah.
See you guys
All
later.
right.
Bye.
That was a white guy head.
Yeah, it was. The last session that we had, we didn't get a whole lot through the spiritual. I think we kind of picked up along the way most of the stuff through the science part, but that back bedroom, it seemed to have something that was attached to that, either the bed or quilt, possibly.
The woman, I was kind of, I didn't pick, I don't know, in that room didn't seem like she just kind of came in there. I didn't feel her before, so, but yeah, I knew there was a male presence there, but
In the back, it was the male presence, a gentleman back there from a whole different period. He was just kind of here, I think, with the building, more or less.
Do they understand? Does all spirits understand what moving on means? crossing over.
Not always. Basically, I try to explain it sometimes if I think there's doubt. Because someone might not, they still might not believe they're dead.
It was a nice case. It was nice to do a place of business again. I think it's been a while. I think it's been since Mr. C's Bar that we did a place that wasn't a residential home. And then, of course, Waverly Hills and Edinburgh Manor, I guess. But places of active business with patrons and everything.
Oh, it was a good case and beautiful setting, beautiful items here. I just want to take everything home with me.
For me, it was a good experience. We set up real quick, wrap it up real quick, and I don't know, I have some good experience today, and I can't wait to start doing the evidence. Let me ask you a question real quick. Wasn't Leroy, right?
Leroy, yeah.
Leroy? Did you set up like the alarm radio for any time specific, like 10:32, 10:34, 10:36 a.m.?
Not specifically, but...
It sounds or start like by itself?
Oh, it does?
Well, I'm just asking because...
Yeah, I never said it, but we just I just use it to listen to the radio every once in a while during the day.
Well, when we were doing our investigation, when we were in that room, it turned by itself and it started in like music station. We turn it off, went back in, start again. We turn it off, beep beep, the beeping.
Yeah, I don't have it set to anything, but it's just something we got out of the house, so I don't know if it has old settings in there, but it's that little one over there, yeah.
Uh-huh. So we got it on camera, we will show it to you after we finish our rebuilding, so.
Okay. I'll have to look at it because I don't know. I mean, did I set it for that? No.
Well, we got it on camera, so.
All right, well, thank you again for having us out.
Thank you.
We'll let you know of our findings. Some preliminary stuff as we started out, seemed more active when we first got here. And we thank Leroy for allowing us to come out and can't wait to get through the evidence and show him what we found. Basically what we kind of got out of that was that there's somebody who just wasn't happy with the placement of an item in there. Now, whether it's a quilt or the bed, yeah, it's just whether it's family affair or just, it's kind of like, oh, you just dropped it off. It's somebody who loved it,
The weird thing about it, it was an older gal, I believe in her late 80s, early 90s. But one of the things that we found in the home all over were liquor bottles. Just randomly hidden, forgotten, whatever. And so in the basement of the home, we found a couple that were, a good 15, 20 years old, half drank. And I knew the lady didn't drink. And so I asked her about it, and she she's like, oh yeah, I think it's one of my granddaughters. And ironic enough, we found those in the basement. Well, when we went upstairs to do that one bedroom, because all that was really in the room was the bedroom set and a few little things. But when we tore the bedroom down and tore the bed down, there was a newer plastic liquor bottle, vodka, completely empty though, but it was stuck between the bed sheets.
Okay.
Not that big a deal. I don't know what it has to do with paranoia, but we're like, hey, we found another
information
one
for us.
Yeah, she was really disturbed, and she didn't like alcohol in her house. So, and she's like, well, you make sure you throw that away, And she's like, now I didn't drink those, and I'm like, oh, I know you didn't. It's definitely someone that probably has a problem, and she said, yeah, the one niece. It was a niece or granddaughter, one of the two that definitely had a problem.
So that's a little validation for me because I knew that disgruntled, dysfunctional, something in the family ties was attached to that, and that radiates in that.
That would be the bed only. The quilt had nothing to do with that.
I was leaning towards bed.
Really can't wait to hear the recordings and look through the camera, through the video to see what we got.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you all. And like I said, come back anytime.
Thanks again.
Yep, thank you. Get some sleep.
So we did the review of everything and a few things we found, and once this boots up,
and show you some, and then also brought that little flash drive I mentioned, so you have your own copy of it and can share with whoever might want to see it. I don't know. So these are all the things that were hits that are kind of like, well, that's different.
Is that a lot or normal or?
It's average.
Average.
I would say it's very average.
Okay.
All right, so the pod 2, the pod was one of our devices that we have that contains like 3 or 4 or 5 different pieces of equipment that we can just deploy it quickly, and then we put it all in the container when we're done, and that kind of thing. So it has motion sensors, light sensors, EMF, cell sensor, things like that. So this came from that, and this was located, I think pod 2 that was located in the room with the bed. The room, that little room, the side room.
Up front?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll start off with this one. This was about 14 minutes and 20 seconds into it, and this was probably one of the best EVPs of the night. That whispering voice.
Yeah, what do you think it says? I have had hearing.
The file says record. But it's like the file says record. Like that. It wasn't any of us, and we're like, who said that? It's like a male whisper, and it was in that room with that bed.
Cool.
So that was in there. And that was EVP. That didn't come through the ghost box. That was just pure in the air voice.
Cool.
Did you just say no need?
No need.
Now, do you think it could be from the room or the furniture?
When I was there, spiritually, what I picked up on was the furniture. They were thinking, meaning Mary and Carrie were like, well, the quilts could be, and I wasn't getting it from the quilts. I was getting it from wherever you got that bed from.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was picking it
Yeah,
up.
that's that house over off of Beaverdale, over. Because that's the one I told you I found the liquor bottle.
Mm-hmm. This stuff is just dust, but watch this guy. He's a little different. So normally you have dust, it's an old building, that will happen. That's what that was, that's what all that was, that's dust. It tends to look like flurries and it goes all in one direction for the most part if it's undisturbed. This, we call it more of an orb because we're looking for flutters. If it's flutters, then that means, okay, an insect got in the room. It didn't have any of that. And then we look for something that emits its own light. It was pretty consistent with light when it was coming in and going out of frame. Normally, things will get amplified by this because of the IR light, because this is night shot, so it's shooting IR out, and it will reflect back and make it look like it's really bright, but it fades as it's going in and out of screen because it's moving, into out direct beam and then comes out. And this had its same thing. And the last thing that we like about it, it has its own flight pattern. See? Oh, you think it would keep going? Nope. And it goes back to where it came from. So, thank you for having us investigate
sorry
your
you didn't
store.
find more stuff.
Oh, that's fine. It's completely fine.
But,
As soon as find, the blood drip from the walls and stuff like that.
Just remember, you were only in about a third of that building. So.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
plus, we got the house. Maybe next time I don't have a runner in there,
Yeah.
you guys can stay over there because I know nothing about the house.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. It's been a real good learning experience.
Yeah, no problem. And I think it's good that you realize, because I was starting to kind of wonder if you were going to help much with us, and I noticed that I think it was a mutual decision.
Yeah.
Take a break, get your thoughts and everything collected, and give you a chance and focus on this little one here too. And
Yeah. Alright, so at this time I have decided to step down as a field researcher. Due to personal reasons, I've just got a lot going on and I'd like to address those things. I'm glad, you guys gave me the opportunity to look at something that I truly have a passion for, Collect myself and, where I'm at, I wasn't able to contribute as much to the team as I'd like. So for now, I need to step out and take care of myself. And this little one here. You okay? You chill? And like I said, just when I can contribute more, I'll be there. Just personal life comes first, so I need to take care of business.
Yeah. It's a balancing thing. I've said from day one, it's like those, whether it's emotional, high depression, a lot of pill popping, alcoholism, whatever, it's not the best field to get into until you're clear in the mind, body, spirit.
Yep, absolutely. Whether I join back with the team, that's up in the air. It's not something I'm against, and if the team would like to have me back, at a point where I can contribute more, I think it would be great for everybody.
Well, we're gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you guys. I hope we can still hang out and still be a group. There were a few things that had come up with other team members that I was not aware of. And, I do hope that everything works out.
Jeff, because I noticed he was missing in action for a little bit. If you do have, because Tori was open to, she's not even on the team anymore, but she was open to feedback because it's kind of bugging her. She's like, what did I do?
It was like when it would just be her and me, and I try to talk. She just talked over me.
Okay. And did you address that?
I said, Tori, I'm trying to ask something here, and it's just like she just would just keep going.
There were some communication issues that were going on there, and kind of avoids confrontation, and I was trying to get to him that let him know he doesn't need to feel like that. And I understand, I see both sides of it, but at the same time she didn't know, and it's like, for some reason, and I didn't know about it, nobody else seemed to, it should have been brought to light. We should have been, in a situation like this about 8 months ago, 9 months ago. Tori should have been in this chair, over here, got rid of it, threw that fucking energy out, get rid of it, move on, because we got to work together. Similar situation happened back in the day when we had Chris on the team. There was issues that were going on, and don't worry about the death thing, we got it under control, and he's fine. I'm even tempted to have him apologize to you, because that was just silly.
No, he doesn't need to.
I know, but...
just if there is an issue, he should just address it.
Learn to speak, that's it. He just needs to learn to speak.
Because it'll only make it better for everybody. I think it'll make him feel better also.
Yeah.
When it brought to my attention that there were tensions being brought up between team members and I don't recall what had happened, but I truly apologize if there was anything that I did that was offensive, and I hope that in the future, should I be around anybody, if I make anybody uncomfortable, I'd hope that they could come to me, because that is never my intention.
We work together, we're supposed to do these cases together, not going against each other,
Yeah, exactly.
So luckily we haven't had much trauma in the team. It's just this one was like, whoa.
I hope best for paranormal endeavors no matter what. And I want to be there as a friend still to the whole team and be able to be involved in activities together and still be a part of the group.
Alright, well, thanks again for working with us and the Ouija board knowledge that you provided, of course.
Anytime.
And let us know what happens here.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Might have to have people over for that one.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
Alright.
Alright, bye. Bye. Say bye. Bye.